Hey guys, so today we'll be talking about maps and sets in JavaScript. Okay, so like I said, we'll be exploring it, and there are two of the powerful data structures in JavaScript. So set is a collection of unique values, and map is a collection of key value pairs. Okay, so if you are familiar with arrays and objects, you might be wondering why we need set and map. Okay, so by the end of this tutorial, you will understand what set and maps are, learn how they work, discover when to use them instead of arrays and objects. So let's get started. What is a set in JavaScript? A set is a collection of unique values, meaning it automatically removes duplicates. Yes, so if you ever come across a question where you are asked to remove duplicates from an array of numbers, then set might just save you a whole lot of stress. Okay, so let's dive in. I'll be showing you the power of sets. Okay, so I can say let numbers, then set it to equal to new set, and then inside of new set I just want to have an array of 1 1 2 3, then I want to have another 2, okay, then 4 and 5. Okay, so this, inside of this we have duplicates of 1 and 2. Okay, then I can just console.log. So what I'm trying to achieve here is to remove those duplicates and return unique values. Okay, so I can just use a squared operator, then numbers, then automatically we have 1 2 3 4 5. So it has automatically removed those duplicates for us. So that's the powerful work that new set does in JavaScript. Okay. Okay, so let's walk around some basic operations with set. Okay, so with set we can add and remove elements to JavaScript. So I can say let my set, then set it to equal to new set. Okay, like that. Then what I want to do is I want to add some numbers to my set by saying my set dot, there is a whole bunch of methods that can be used with sets, but what we want to use is add. Okay, so I want to add one, then I want to also, okay, I can just duplicate this, 1 2 3 4, okay, it's 5 already. Then I want to change this to 2, then I also want to change this to 3, then this to 4, this to 5. Okay, then I want to have add like two numbers, and I just want them to be 2 and 5. Okay, so we have 7 numbers from 1 to 5 with a lot of duplicates. Okay, so if I just do a console log of this, I just say console dot log my set, and then you can see that we have an object that counts the number of time that each values, um, okay, oh sorry, so we have 1 to 5, okay, which is the unique values, but you can't see it now. So what I'll just do is to add a spread operator to this, and we'll be able to see the results in plain sight. Okay, so that's what set does with adding um operation. Okay, so another thing we can do is I can also do my set dot delete. We can also delete, which is the removing. Okay, can remove an element, so I can just delete 1, and like I can also, so that I understand this very well, so I just want to also delete 5. So I'm deleting 1 and 5 inside of that array, and if I try to console log my set again by saying spread operator then my set, you see that we don't have 1 and 5 anymore. We only have 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's how to add and remove elements with sets. Okay, and also we can just do, yeah, we can do a whole lot of things. And another thing we can do is with those built-in method for my set, I can also say my set dot has. I just want to know if my set has um if it has 1, and if you remember we have already deleted 1. Okay, so I can just set this to, let's say, const checking, let's say checking nums. Okay, then if I console log that, okay, if I console the log checking nums, then you see we get false because the 1 does not exist anymore in our array because it has been deleted. But if I change the 1 to 4, for example, we have true because we have 4 in that array. Okay, so another thing we can do is we can check for the size of our set. Okay, so I can do something like this. I can say const set size, sorry, set size, and set that to equal to my set dot size, like that. And then I think there's an error there. Okay, size is just size, and then I can just um console log that, and you see that we have 3 elements in that array. Okay, so another thing we can do is um we can also clear our set. So I can just say console, sorry, so let me just do it under this. So I can say console.log, I'll say console.log my set dot clear, like that, and automatically um okay, automatically our set becomes undefined, right? Because we don't actually have anything inside of it. But I'm thinking this should actually give us 0. Okay, so let me do something. Thinking that should be 0, not undefined. Okay, so I'll say const um clear. Okay, then I can just bring back that, and then I can just copy this and then paste it inside of our console log. Okay, so it means we are actually correct. Okay, so this give us undefined, which means we don't have anything inside of our set anymore. Okay, so that's it. That's operations, basic operations in sets, right? So yeah, so while working with set, those are the operations. There are, you see a bunch of them, and do my sets, and you can see all of them. You can try and use them, but in our next lesson I will be using um, for each and other methods so that we can have a very good understanding of sets. Okay, okay, so like I said, we'll be talking about other ways to use sets, like iterating over a set. So I can just clear this up. Okay, so we can iterate over a set. Okay, so we can use things like for loop, which is for each and then for of loop to loop through um our sets. Okay, so I can just say let nums and set it to equal to new set, new set. Then I just want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's set like that. So what I want to do here is I want to iterate over the nums using for loop. Okay, so I can just do nums dot for each, and then for each of the norm I just want to get the norm, and then what I want to do is just to console log it. So this is just to show you that there are a bunch of methods that can be used in this, right? And then the only way to test this and get our answer will be for us to use load testing. So I'll just go to my terminal and then open my terminal. Then I just want to say node index.js. Okay, so you can see that we are having each of our um, arrays inside of our set. So we have integrated over it, and we can do a lot of manipulations to this. We can say times norm, it will just times all of the numbers and return another array of those numbers to us. Okay, so as you know, 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, and 4 times 4 is 16, 5 times 5 is 25. So just trying to show you that so that you can see that we can also manipulate those data. Okay, another one is we can also do the for of loop to loop through each of the numbers. You can say for, then of, okay, for let num of nums, okay, and then we can just do console.log num. Okay, so automatically you can see that we don't even need to run our load. We can also run it to just show that what we are doing is actually correct. Yes, we are logging in, we are also logging two numbers. That's why you are having this like this. Okay, but then it shows that we are very, very correct in our. So that's it. Um, that's how it works. Set helps us to do bunch of things, and you know that's all the things that we have been trying to show in this tutorial. Okay, so a map is like an object, but with better performance and flexibility when dealing with key value pairs. Okay, so object keys can only be strings or symbols, but maps keys can be any type. It can be numbers, strings, objects, and so on and so forth. Okay, so for that, I can just say let my map. Okay, then I'm just trying to initialize a map. Then I'll say new map like that. Okay, so we have our new map. All right, so we can also use a lot of methods to have access to our map. Okay, so I can just say my map dot, you can see all of the methods that we have access to, just as we have access to in sets. Okay, so I can just say set, then I want to set this to Ademola. Okay, so yeah, this is supposed to be the key, okay, which is name. All right, then I want it to be Ademola, like that. So the next one, I also want to do my map dot set. I want to set this to 30 is the key. Then I want to just have the word of 30, like that. Okay, so we can also do for Boolean value so as to have a complete example. I'll say dot set, let me say true. Then we have Boolean. So that's all. Then we can do a console.log to check what we have just done. Okay, so I'll say console.log my map like that. So we can see that we have name equal Ademola, we have 30, true boolean. Okay, so those are the values that we have set for our map. Okay, that's that. Next, we'll be talking about the basic operations for map. Okay, now let's dive into the basic operations with map. Okay, so map, like I said, has a lot of built-in methods. So I can say const get name. Okay, I want to get the name. Then I want to set it to equal to my map dot get this time. Okay, so what I want to get is my name. Okay, then I can just console.log get name, and you see I get Ademola. So I can practically use this for all of my for all of them actually. So I can say I just copy this down and just say get get 30. Then I can say get what are we getting again? Get true. Okay, so let me just remove this. Okay, so I can come here and say um 30. Okay, and I can come here and I'll just say true like that. Okay, so what I'll do is let me just duplicate, sorry, so let me just duplicate this. So okay, then I want to add this, then add that. So that's it. You can see that with the key we can get the values. Okay, I have the value of Ademola 30 and boolean. Okay, so that's some of the methods that you can use in map. Okay, and also we can also use as. Okay, so I can say console dot log my map dot as. Okay, dot as name, and that is true. Okay, because we have name inside of it. And then we can also do delete. Okay, we can do my map dot delete. Yes, we have access to the delete. Okay, and then we can just add whatever we want to do. We can play with the 30 now. So if I console.log my map again, okay, so you see that we don't have 30 anymore. So we also have access to something like size. Okay, I can say size, and then we have 2. Okay, so it's just like we have it in sets. Okay, it also has some kind of methods that allows us to perform basic operations. Okay, so yeah, that should be all on basic operations. Yes, so I'll be showing you a coding example of how to iterate over a map in JavaScript. So you can look through a map using just as sets. You can use the for each and also the for of loop in map. Okay, so what we'll just do here is we can say let users, we have bunch of users, okay, and then can set that to new map. Okay, and then instead of the new map we just want to have an array of users. Okay, so for the first user we have 1, then we have Ademola, next we have 2, and we have Adeola, then 3, we have another one, and I call it Adeolu, and this should be a string. Okay, and then I forgot to add a comma to this. Okay, so that's all. And then with this we can iterate through or iterate over this users array. Okay, so I can say users dot for each. Okay, and then I just want to have the value. Okay, the value and the key. Okay, I'm sorry, why is this always okay? So key, and then okay, sorry, this should be inside of a bracket. Then I just want to um have a curly brace. Then I just want to console.log the key and the value. Okay, so I can use um, this and just set it to value. Sorry, it should be value, and then this should be inside of a template string. And again, I just want to have okay, let me call this key. Then I just want to call this value, like that. Okay, so you can see that we are having all of this inside of a string. Okay, and then we have access to whatever we want to use. Okay, so that's it. And then we can also use the for of by saying for let user now of users. Okay, and then we just want to console.log. Okay, so because we need to use two things here actually, sorry, so we can just have user, and then we can just have yeah, let me just call this user key, and then call this user values. Yeah, user value. Okay, so we can just do a console.log, then template string. Okay, then I just want to have user key colon, then I just want to also have the user value, like that. That's it. You can see that we also have the same results as the for each above. Okay, so that's it. That's how you iterate over map in JavaScript. Okay, so when are we supposed to use map in JavaScript? So we can use map when we need flexible keys, not just string. Okay, and also when we need better performance for frequent key value lookups. Also, we can use map when you need to maintain insertion order. Okay, so I'll be using the example of store user data to show you some real example of map. I don't think that's necessary, but then I just want to show you like a user example of how all of this works. Okay, so I'll just remove this and let me okay, so let me just remove this. So we have the map. Okay, so what I'll just do here is I want to call this user info. Okay, then what I want to do is I want to do user info dot set. So first thing is to set um, the ID in a string. Okay, and the ID is one. Sorry. So the ID is one. Then I want to also use user dot info. This time I want to set the name of the user, and that user is Ademola. Okay, and then I want to also have user info dot set, and this time I want to set the email address of that user, and then I want to just say Ademola. Sorry, this should be in a string. Then Ademola at example.com, like that. That's it. Now I have an ID, I have a name, and I have an email. Okay, so what I can do is I can have access to any of the user info that I want. I can do user info dot get, and then just get the name. And what I can do is I can const this and say user name, like this. Okay, then I can just console.log the username. That's it. I have Ademola, so I can have access to everything, but then I just want to show you that. Okay, so yeah, what are the things that I need to also let you know is that map is a great great for catching, configuration settings, and managing unique identifiers. Okay, so that's it. We have learned today that set is for storing unique values and that map is for storing key value pairs with flexible keys. So both have better performance than array and object for specific use cases. Now it's time to experiment and practice. So always practice all of these stuffs from your end. If you found this helpful, like, share, and subscribe for more coding tutorials. All right, guys. See you in the next class.